his next poem to Dr. Nancy Fairley. One time, do me a favor, if you over 21, make some noise. Make some noise for me if you act like you're over 21. This poem is for y'all too.
I am not an alcoholic.
Says my mom.
Alcoholics plan to quit. Now, I see you laughing now with your mouth wide open, but I've seen those same mouths spit out the word alcohol, 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 like it was one of those creeping, crawling Belgian roaches that they serve on Fear Factor. And as alcohol slithers out of your mouth, you realize $50,000 ain't worth eating this shit. But how easily you forget that this shit is a delicacy in another country. And maybe you and I come from a different time in a different place because I breathe in the word alcohol. And get that warm, tingly feeling on every day that has an A in it. Because see, to me, alcohol smells like the counsel that I received from old black men on wooden porches and rocking chairs that told me to stand up straight because I was born into a world that hates me. And the only way to survive is to stand for something. The Patron and orange juice flavor smells like the laughter that was fished out of my mouth by older cousins as I tagged along to the corner to watch the parade of curvy, homegrown, cornbread-fed silhouettes as they blanketed the streets. And then, like cheers on Macy's Thanksgiving Day, cry would inevitably ensue from among us, giving thanks to God for his handiwork. Sounded something like,
baby, 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 baby. Boom. Boom. I mean, you got a real bright future, but it's all behind you. I'm just saying, baby, 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 baby. I hate to see you go, but I love to watch you leave.
Then, like the Patron and orange juice laughter, it would rise from among us, smelling so strong that the police had to come and harass us. Maybe it was for public intoxication. To me, cognac smells like the first hug that I ever received from a man that was both outside of my age group and not coerced into hugging me by the fact that we had similar DNA running in our veins and we hadn't seen each other in a long time. And yes, he was white, and maybe the only reason he felt comfortable hugging me was because my shoulder pads and jersey and helmet were thick enough to protect both of our egos. But the fact still remains that he did it. I knew he had been drinking because I smelled the cognac on his breath, just like he knew I had been crying because he smelled the tears in my eyes. The cognac had been poured into his cup by the hard life that he had led, and the tears had been poured into my eyes by the sober man that was waiting home for me. And he preferred his drink shaken, not stirred. A wise man once told me that the reason you're born crying is because life is a bitch from the start. I seem to notice on my own that babies stop crying whenever there's a bottle in their mouth. So you see, like babies, we feel what we feel so deeply but lack the skills to express them. We stand so straightly, we care for what we care for, that after years and years and years and years of beating our wings against the bars of society and finding ourselves unable to fly, all we can do is cry. But men aren't supposed to cry. So we skip the crying and go straight to the bottom. And yes, we may have traded shitty Pampers for shitty existences. And yes, we may have traded helplessness for hopelessness. And yes, a grown man sucking on a bottle or anything for that matter is fucked up. But the fact still remains that every man that ever did right by me was DUI. Doing under the influence. So when you see me drink, you say what you want, and please say it as harshly as you can, because I can take it. My utility belt comes wrapped in a tequila bottle, and right now I am vengeance. I strap on my black cape and I hug the children you neglect. I tutor the ones that you deemed inadequate. I babysit the ones that you left at home. I stand at the weddings of these men to those silhouettes. So when you get it right, when you address me, please get it right. I am not an alcoholic. I don't plan to quit.